it's time to take a nap. So this is okay. So we're in an RPG, so naturally all the dreams are 100% accurate, depictions of the past. It's kind of ridiculous, but it's good for exposition. And so yeah, this is a little bit of his life, when he was with Gallia or whatever. And this woman would eventually become his wife, but they're not married yet. And actually, in Master of the Wind, I kind of got a little better about these dreams. I was kind of mixing the exposition, the backstory, in with little sort of absurd touches, like just little bits of weirdness, because that's what dreams are really like, not just this very straightforward flashback here. But yeah, looks like there's some political tension back in Gallia. Oh, Lord and General. There's another clue as to who he is. I mean, most people playing this already know who he is. Oh, look, his name starts with L. Yeah, that was a big deal at that point. You can start speculating. Oh, that fucking MIDI. I'm gonna just switch that out. Good morning, friend. But yeah, so now he's gonna go around and meet some other characters. The way this town is, it's pretty much every plot objective is in like the next closest building to where you are. So it's actually quite efficient. So I'm not gonna like fart around town talking to all the NPCs or anything like that, because I'll just do it on the way. Oh, Turnus. He's the sort of third member of the team. Yeah, they're counterintelligence. Oh, I meet him at the bar. Yeah, it's like breakfast time. We're going to the bar. That's wholesome. Anyone here? Did I talk to this lady? Can't remember. Oh well, thank you for your profound commentary. And then this guy. Yeah, that's great, buddy. Oh, cocksmoker, come on. Alright, yeah. Better own up to this. I was watching a lot of Kevin Smith movies when I was making this, and I guess some of that is evident. And that way he just gave me an apple, and that's an item that you can use to increase max hit points. And it pretty much breaks the game, but I didn't really have an awareness of that back then. And so I guess now, let's see what this lady says. This hierarchy's so cool. Go into the pub. It's a big pub. And this guy's got a face, so he's like vaguely important. From Xenogears, if I'm not mistaken, that face. Oh, thank God he didn't call him. Did you ever kill a man before? I think that's a Seinfeld gag. Ah, fart knocker now. I'm just being very creative with my insults. And oh, that guy's a reference to somebody in my family. Sit down and have a drink, you variant shit. In fact, I think Jay and Silent Bob are in this bar. You're talking about my Kevin Smith, binge at that time. Yeah, I think this is Silent Bob. He doesn't say anything, and then Jay says Snoochie Boochies, and then yeah, that was a lot. You think Master of the Wind had a lot of in jokes. This game has probably got to beat. Have a quiet time here, and of course, since that guy's Italian, he's got to be Mario. That's great. And I guess to go Dr. Turnus, he's over here by himself. Up here in No Man's Land. And, oh jeez. Yeah, Turnus is very rude. You're going to see a lot of him, and he's going to be, very coarse and swear a lot, and all the stuff I thought was cool when I was 18. Though I have to admit, I still have quite a fondness for profanity when it's used well. I really can't get enough of that. But this gets out of control sometimes. He takes pride in his status as an impolite cretin. I guess I did that back then as well. So yeah, so they're talking. What do you guys do during the day? And so basically, Galdar wants Arius to join this sort of like counterintelligence unit that he's part of. They sort of patrol and keep the town safe from all the Gallian threats on the outside. Because even though it's isolated, I mean, this is still a world controlled by this, fanatical empire, and it's pretty much always in danger. Oh, they're not good with me, oh brother. This guy's such a friggin', 16-year-old kid. I'm angry at my father, some kind of bullshit like that. And, talking about Seth now, he's, like I said, he's a villain at this point. But while we're wandering around the bar here, we're going to learn a little bit more about him. He was actually in the counterintelligence unit at this time. Or before Arius washed up on the beach. But he betrayed them for some unknown reason. And eventually we'll learn the reason for that, but not too soon, if I remember right. So now Turnus has noticed the crest of Gallia, so he thought he was rude to Arius before. Scumbag. So yeah, Arius is still walking around with that crest that basically announces to everybody that he's from Gallia, and that's not going to go over particularly well. Oh yeah, there you go. The truth comes out. I'd like you to walk around the bar so we can talk about you behind your back. That always the way. Get him before I kick your ass. God, guy's ruthless. So we'll talk to this guy. Oh hey, Billy Joel joke. Bet nobody's ever thought of that. And yeah, it's an understatement. And then talking about Seth a little bit. Just kind of incidental chatter about the happenings of the day, I guess. Hi there. Good for you, don't say. And then this is Nova right here, and you could tell she's important because this giant, like 6-minute song from the end of Metal Gear Solid is popping up. I think early in the game, I wanted to make that her theme, but it was almost like the stoic theme in Master of the Wind, where I realized that I needed like 6 minutes in any given scene to kind of like make the most of it. So I started playing it a little less. But I think I had just played Metal Gear Solid at this time and was blown away, so I'm like, I gotta get the music in there. And so yeah, Arius is kind of being stuttering and awkward because he's, you know, like I said, he's sort of regressed like this little kid state at this point, so he has a hard time talking to anybody, let alone, you know, some girl with nice blue hair. I like what you're doing with that blue hair. It's looking pretty nice. But yeah, they're talking about, you know, did you quit the Gallian Empire? No, I forgot. And, you know, Nova's basically explaining what I just told you, that Galdar keeps coming up with these, you know, ways to determine if Arius is telling the truth about his amnesia. And so far he's passed all of them because he really has lost his memory. And, you know, he's sort of chatting it up with Nova, learning a bit about the place. Now, Nova, you know, is obviously a pretty important character. Not immediately, but later on. You know, she kind of takes it upon herself to, I guess, protect Arius and kind of, like, nurture him back to, you know, his... not his real self, because that would be, you know, the Gallian identity, but just kind of, you know, help him out until he's kind of back on his feet, used to the new life he's got and everything. And it's interesting. I mean, you know, this is, like I said in the intro, this is kind of how I felt when I started college. It was just like a complete, you know, brand new chance to leave behind all the, you know, the bullshit of the past and meet all these new people and see these new places. And it's, you know, it's, the parallel is so like obvious now, but I'm telling the truth, I didn't think about it. It was just, I was like, I want to write about amnesia. So that's pretty much how this game started. And so I don't know, maybe we could do some like psychological stuff and be like, oh, you know, the years of high school are just as bad as like a genocidal empire. They represent like the evil that I left behind, or something like that. That's kind of funny. I think I like that. I think I'll decide that that's the case, even if I wasn't really thinking about it like that back then. So right now they're talking about what happened with Seth, and Nova's a bit more, I guess, unbiased about it because she's a citizen. She's not kind of like in league with the Guardia government the way that Galdar and Turnus are. And so sort of, she's talking about what turned Seth against the town, and this was because, you know, his fiance got killed by the town council for unknown reasons. But like, the sad thing is that everybody in town pretty much completely like buys it. They don't really question what happens. I guess it's almost like a, you know, kind of a commentary on what fear does to people. You know, I mean, you're living in a world where it's so violent, and if you're not human, you know, you could just get killed as soon as you like walk out of your house. And now they find this place that's, you know, welcoming them, protecting them. Except, you know, they're just going to listen to whatever it is, you know, whatever the rules are, and not really question them because they're just so grateful to be, you know, to be rescued or to have a place that, you know, they're not really thinking clearly, I guess, and that definitely leads to some trouble. Oh, Noah's parents got killed. That's unfortunate. Like she said, she lives with her 2 little sisters, so we'll meet later. She leaves, lingers by the door for a few minutes, I guess. Okay, then this song's coming back. I wish somebody had just like come up to me at that point and been like, hey, you know, why don't you try a fade out for your songs, not just like switch them. There's Turnus apologizing, or, you know, in his way. I mean, he's sack as shit. God, he's such an asshole. don't know how I'm going to put up with him for this whole thing. But yeah, so now they're talking about the sort of, I guess, contacts, these guys that are in the field, and they, you know, kind of set the priorities for the espionage missions. And you don't know this yet, but their names are actually Lock, Stock, and TSB. And those are characters that showed up in Master of the Wind as skeletons. I'll talk about that more next time, once we get to them. Fruitcake. God. Turnus is so friggin' harsh. I don't know, I think back then I thought he was like the coolest person ever because he was so harsh all the time, but now I'm, you know, 10 years older or so, and I'm just like, jeez. But, no, sorry, Turnus, he doesn't care. It's great. And, northeastern corner of town. So leave the bar. I can't save? Maybe I can save out here. I can't save in the town? You gotta be kidding me. Who made this shitty game? Alright, I'm gonna have to go on the world map and save. I guess we'll bring this first segment to an end. Next time we'll learn more about the, you know, the world and stuff. Peace.